A pleasant good evening to you from the St. Louis Park Rec Center. High school hockey, it's the Champions Cup. 4 good games, 4 excellent teams this weekend. And we start with a matchup that might have been last year in the state tournament, as the defending Class AA champion Eden Prairie Eagles take on the Hill Murray Pioneers in game number 1. Game number 2 at 8 o'clock will feature the Hermantown Hawks and the home team Benilde St. Margaret's, as you see Eden Prairie take the ice. Hill Murray is already out. You recall Hill Murray reached the state tournament after defeating White Bear Lake in the Section 4 AA title game last year and had to forfeit its quarterfinal game at state because a player for White Bear tested positive for COVID. And that forced enough Hill Murray players to the sideline, and the team was forced to forfeit its quarterfinal game. Some of the seniors actually filed a lawsuit to try to get a restraining order to allow them to play, and that failed. And Hill Murray's season came to an end. Hill Murray, though, is back. 2 seasons ago, the state champion in Class AA, and they take on a Hill Murray team that has graduated 7 of its top 10 scorers and 8 of its top 10 scorers. Let's get the starting lineups from Robin Cook. All right, the starting lineups introduced. We got the national anthem and then the start of our Champions Cup. 4 games over the next 2 days here on the Youth Hockey Hub. All right, ready to get started. Eden Prairie is in the white, and they will travel left to right as we call the first period for you. Hill Murray in the green and black, white numerals, black trim, and will head right to left. Nick Erickson last season in goal, a tremendous season, 14-2. Goals against average was a .118, 93.7 save percentage, and 7 shutouts. This was a Hill Murray team, as I mentioned, that allowed just 21 goals in 20 games last year. Eden Prairie graduated as top 7 scorers, 8 out of its top 10, and returns none of its varsity experience in goal. So they are an unknown commodity, ranked number 16 in the preseason Let's Play Hockey AA rankings. Hill Murray lost its opening game to Benilde St. Margaret's. They will not meet in this event, having already met this season. So they're looking to get back on the right track. 5-3 the score in that game. And Bill Lechner skating a short bench tonight, and we'll talk more about that as our game wears on. Jeff Pappas, my name. Glad to have you along here for a great weekend of high school hockey here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Showalter to the left, Erickson to the right. Godbout will face off against Tyler Johnson, and the game is underway. Axel Begley for the Pioneers controls, now back to the far side, and Brady Ingebrigtsen up the near side. Anthony Madigan, rink-wide pass, and over the line come the Pioneers. They'll take it behind the net. And out of the near boards it comes, and Godbout falls. He will be heading to Wisconsin to continue his hockey career. Axel Begley backtracking into the Hill Murray zone. He goes behind the net, comes out the far side, banks it off the wall for Ingebrigtsen. He's taken in against the boards by Jake Luloff, number 17 for Eden Prairie. They get a change. Pioneers come out. Here's Madigan. And he will rink wide one into the Eagles zone and heads for the bench as Eden Prairie finishes a change. Ryan Caring, number 5, plays to the right point. Here's a shot that whizzes wide of Showalter's goal. To the near side, and now the Eagles try to bang it out of the zone, and they do get it to center. Ben Carr turns and plays it back to neutral. And here comes Eden Prairie. Ryan Andor, 27, plays it in. Bouncing puck comes right on to Erickson, and he makes the save. Stoppage of play exactly 1 minute into this game. Our second game tonight, Hermantown taking on Benilde St. Margaret's, and that should be a terrific game. An up-close look at Zam Plant, who led the state in scoring last season as a sophomore. Face off to the left of Nick Erickson. And it's in skates, now played to the right point, and a pass by Eric Choi. Held in on the half wall. Here's a fool shot and a deflection, and boy, Logan Hensler put it right onto his own goal, and Erickson made a blocker pad save, and now we get a whistle behind the play. We've got a penalty coming here at 1:14 of the opening period. And Hill Murray is going to play shorthanded. Penalty to Marcus Kaufman. Time of the penalty 1:16, and Eden Prairie gets a power play. And they will work it around over to the near side. It's Caring, and he plays it to the circle. Let's get the penalty here. Hooking is the penalty, and now on the far side, Luloff can't get the puck onto his stick. It's loose in front. Luloff has it again on the far wall. Now it goes back around on the near side. Teddy Townsend along the boards for Eden Prairie. Now he plays the puck down low, gets it back on a return. First 30 seconds gone on the power play. High slot for Caring, back over, and they work the puck around. Here's Luloff shooting, and Erickson makes the save, and we get a face-off, and Axel Begley comes through to escort the Eden Prairie forwards out of the crease area. Hooking the penalty on Kaufman, and Eden Prairie on the game's first power play. Face-off coming up to the right of Erickson, and now Logan Hensler turns and plays to the point, but couldn't get it out. Now to the near side, Coring with it, and he feeds it along the boards and pinched out there. Townsend, he couldn't get to the puck as Hill Murray has 2 in against the wall here. Now it comes back to Caring. He feeds the left point. Now a centering pass comes all the way through, and Showalter takes the pass from Luloff finally. Now he gets it back. Here's Luloff, top of the right circle as the goalie looks at it. Shot right on, and Erickson makes the save. 53 seconds on the power play. 4 shots already for Eden Prairie. And they are in the middle of the game's first power play. Eden Prairie, as we mentioned, very much an unknown commodity. But they have started stoutly here. The puck comes to the near side. Torin Dobchuk, number 4, into the corner. And he centers it. Erickson makes the save on it, and it's shot all the way down the ice. Coming back forward is Dylan Vornwald, number 2, a sophomore in the starting lineup tonight as defenseman. 30 seconds remaining in the Eden Prairie power play. Near side, Andor. And now to center. Dobchuk will carry it over the Hill Murray line. And it ran off his stick. Andor tried to throw it in front, got it right back. Now circles along the wall, feeds to Vornwald, back over to Andor. He takes a shot, and that's deflected over the glass and out of play by Leo Gruba. And we'll get a face-off in the Hill Murray zone. 14 seconds of power play remaining, 3 minutes gone here in our opening period. 2 of Hill Murray's 3 goals on the power play in their game against Benilde, and now they get the puck and come out to center down the near wing, and here is Gruba taking it all the way. He goes behind the Eden Prairie net, 3 seconds in the penalty, and they dump it out to center as the penalized player steps back on the ice, Kaufman, and Hill Murray is at full strength. 13:40 to go in the first period. Now Johnny Hurley tries to play it in, and they play catch with it at neutral ice, and now it's shot into the zone by Trent Stansberry for Eden Prairie. Erickson sets it up behind the goal. And here's Gruba, long pass to the left, tipped forward by Jack Senden, and he can't play it into the zone. Loose along the near wall, a 5-car pile up there, and the puck comes free, and it's shot ahead by Andy Earl, bouncing puck to the left of the goal. Hensler, he is taken in against the boards by Parker Schultz, number 8. Now over to the right point it comes, and they work it around as Daler can't see the net. Grant Daler plays it down, and Hurley plays to the near wall. And they scrap for it in the corner. Hurley can't get out. The puck comes out to center, and Daler feeds it across, and the Eagles will shoot it right back in. Hill Murray getting a change, and Hensler had the puck dribble off the end of his blade. Eden Prairie gets control, a centering pass off skates to the wing boards, and a shot is kicked away. Here comes Madigan back, and it's a 3-on-2 for Hill Murray. Godbout over the line. His shot is deflected by Grant Daler over the glass and out of play. 12:34 left in the opening period. I mentioned Hill Murray with a short bench. They have 15 skaters dressed tonight. They have 3 lines, 2 sets of defensemen, and 1 spare forward, plus 1 spare defenseman. So Bill Lechner giving his team, his skaters, plenty of ice tonight. Puck is down, and it's controlled at the left point by the Pioneers, and they work it around. Behind the net, Madigan getting control there, loose to the left edge. And it comes in front. Here's a shot by Godbout and a save made by Showalter. He got tested quickly there. Now Godbout goes down along the far wall, and it comes in front of the net. Vornwald controls, and here's Phil Feinberg down the near wing for Eden Prairie. He's their top returning scorer from a season ago with 11 points. Played around behind the net, runs to the wall, and Godbout picks it up. It's 3 against 3 for the Pioneers. Godbout had it run off his blade, and he comes over the line just onside, feeds it ahead for Madigan. A little too far. Ingebretson goes to the far boards, and it's picked up there by Luloff for Eden Prairie and played back out to center ice. And the Pioneers bring it in, but now Godbout is trapped, and they have to circle back. Begley over to the far side, and they try again down the wing, and it comes to the front of the net, and the Eagles get control. Feinberg stops and then lifts one high in the air, rink wide, lands just shy of the blue line, and now it's played to center ice, and here comes Caden Sampaire, number 12, playing it into the Eden Prairie zone. It's in skates. Sampaire still chasing after it. The puck comes out to center, but Brendan Bonin had his stick knocked out of his hand and couldn't control. Now Eden Prairie loses possession, and Hill Murray backs into the zone. Gruba over to the near side. That's Axel Begley again. Feeds it over to the far side. Ben Miller at center, rink wide pass, doesn't have enough on it, and Choi plays it back for Eden Prairie, and over the line they come, and Begley's there to clean up, and then he is hit, knocked off his pins in front, follow-up shot, and a good save by Erickson on Townsend. No more than 15 feet out from the goal, and Erickson positionally quite good. Took that right in the midsection and gets the stoppage. We have 6 minutes gone in the opening period, and the shots are 5-1 for Eden Prairie. Face-off coming now to the left of Nick Erickson. Now banked off the wall and played to center ice. And all the way down the ice, and an icing call against Hill Murray. I mentioned that the Pioneers had allowed only 21 goals last season, and they allowed 5 in the opener, and which is extraordinary considering how Hill Murray traditionally plays defense. Face off to the left of Nick Erickson. Now played out to center, and it's going to come back into the Eden Prairie zone to the left. And now a backhanded flip to center ice is broken up at the blue line, and Ben Carr plays it ahead, and it's going to get out of play. Face-off coming up at center ice. And Begley controls for Hill Murray. Lost it in the center circle, and now Eden Prairie will bring it over the line. Johnson centered it and is picked off by Godbout, and back comes Hill Murray. Godbout at center, waits for his wings, comes over the line, and now Madigan back down for Godbout. Sharp angle, he threw it right through, and it came to the far side, picked up there by Hensler, and now loose to the left edge. And now to the right point. Here's Begley at the left. And a pass is tipped out of play and into the bench area. Come back. Face-off coming up to the right of the Eden Prairie goal. .10:01 to play in the first. And it's controlled in the right corner. Played around by Coring, and it's now played out to center. And here is Fromek over the line for Eden Prairie. Feeds to the right, and it's tipped before it can get to Andor. Now played down behind the net by Vornwald. And out to center it comes. Vornwald again for Eden Prairie. Madigan in the center circle turns it back. Godbout shouldered off, and here comes Schultz. Tony Schultz playing it in, and then he goes down on a shoulder check from Begley. Over the line, Vornwald for Eden Prairie takes a shot, and he's away over the top of it. Off to the far wall, Tony Schultz trying to control. Pioneers get it. And they come out the right side, and now over the line they come, picking up a loose puck, but they're in the middle of a change. Now a centering pass comes all the way through to the right point of Gruba, and he closes in, fans on a centering pass, and then takes down Vornwald as he goes in against the boards. Puck loose there. Players from both teams in. Now a centering pass from behind the net is deflected back behind the goal. Bonin comes in for it for the Pioneers. Working against two white shirts. It's dug out by Miller. Drops to the right point, and he can't get it to Gruba. It goes over the boards and into the Eden Prairie bench. 8:58 to play. Coming up quickly on the halfway mark of the first period here. Shots are 5-1 for the Eagles still, and a face-off coming up. And it's controlled by Eden Prairie. Townsend starts up the near side. Check that, Stansberry, number 18. Plays it in. Erickson clears to the near boards for the Pioneers. Now it runs to the high slot, and it's played out. Here come the Pioneers back 2-on-1 if they hurry. Now the back pressure catches up, and a shot whizzed over the top by Ben Miller. Now loose to the boards, and a drive by Carr is sticked over the glass and out of play by Showalter, and we'll get a face-off. Second shot for Hill Murray now, and we'll get a draw to the right of the Eden Prairie goal. 8:36 left now in the opening period. Eden Prairie rolling four lines here. We've seen more of the nominal first and second lines than the others, but plenty of bodies out there for the Eagles. Here's a shot right on from the faceoff, and Carr stopped by Showalter. Now to the left point, Gruba, and it comes out to center. Going back for it for the Pioneers is Carr, backing into his zone. Short side, he goes to center, and here's Senden. A little saucer pass to the right, and that finds a man down the right. There's a shot, save, rebound, and a chance in front for Senden, and he could not control it. Good chance for Marcus Kaufman for Hill Murray there. Now the play to Senden as he backs in over the line, and Senden tips it in deep, chases after it. He and Daler go to the boards. It goes behind the net, picked up there by Kaufman along the wall, and then he is taken in against the boards. Players from both teams in, and the puck comes to Daler, and he plays it ahead to center into the zone. Luloff takes a shot, and that is wide, rings the boards and comes out to center ice, and Choi backhands it rink wide into the zone. Now Whistler for Hill Murray, And it was tipped by Gianni Hurley, but from his own side of center ice. So that's icing on the Pioneers, and they'll go back for a face-off with 7:39 left now in the opening period. Pioneers have closed the margin to 5-4 on the shot board. One penalty in the game went to Hillmurray. And a face-off coming to the right of Nick Erickson. Loose in the circle, and now played to the corner. Hensler up the wall, hit the linesman there, and Ingebrigtsen relays it to center. Here comes Madigan. He's got a trailer over the line. Madigan shifts to the forehand, and then he put it right past Showalter. And the face of goal towards the near corner. And Hillmurray coming close there. Here's Gruba in deep. Now the puck comes to the wall and is picked up by Tony Schultz. And here comes Eden Prairie back. Schultz drops it there for Carring, and he's over the line. Ryan Carring, he goes around the net, comes around the near side, looks to center, and a point-blank stop by Erickson and a rebound. And another chance for Andor. Goes begging right at the edge of the Hillmurray goal. A centering pass, they score, and it came off the end wall. And Eden Prairie has taken the lead. 1-0. Kind of a crazy hop off the end boards, and the Eagles have the lead on a goal by Teddy Townsend. Time of this goal is exactly 10 minutes, and Townsend has scored his first goal to give Eden Prairie the advantage. Took a weird hop off the end boards and rebounded right back out in front, and Erickson trapped. Could not make the play, and over the line they come again. Let's get the scoring. Ryan Andor gets the only assist. Townsend from Andor at 10 minutes in a face-off in the Hillmurray zone to the right of Erickson. Now behind the goal, the Pioneers play to the near side. Sampair. Rink wides. Pass to center. Carry it over the line by the Pioneers. They lose possession and out to the near wing. Over the line, it's Feinberg. Looks to center. It comes to the left edge, and Gruba sliding across. Blocked the pass. Begley in the left corner will bank it around behind the net for his defense partner, Leo Gruba. Sawyer Seidel, number 19, getting his first ice of the night. He heads off. And now it's to the left edge of the Hillmurray goal, controlled there by Hensler with 6 minutes to go in the period. Here's Sampair. Oh, and he takes a hard hit from Parker Schultz and goes down. Over the line, the puck played to the corner, and Tate Block after it for Eden Prairie, but the Pioneers pick it up. Kaufman around behind the net, looking to center it. Now it goes off to the left boards, and now Jack Senden staples Schultz to the boards, and it comes to the near side, and it comes out to center finally. Played back by Carr, and now Block feeds it over to the left. And the Pioneers work it around. Daler feeds the left wing, and it goes all the way down the ice as Connor Crowley could not catch up to it. We got a face-off back in the Eden Prairie zone. Now Eden Prairie making a late change here. Godbout will face off, and now Schultz, a little bit anxious on the face-off, has to go back now along the far boards. The Eagles pick it up and play out to center. Here's Andor over the line. Puts on the brakes. Backhands it around behind the net where Gruba claims for Hillmurray. Off to the far boards, Ingebretson to Godbout, and now it comes out to center. Now back to the center circle. The Eagles pick it up, and Schultz had it knocked off his stick. Back in the zone, Vornwald plays it across to the far side, and coring to center. Now Schultz over the Hillmurray line, got past Gruba, takes it in deep. Now he's picked up behind the net by Whistler, and it runs to the near circle. Hillmurray trying to play it out of the zone through Madigan and can't do it. Now it's out to center, and it's controlled by Schultz for Eden Prairie. Now Vornwald over the Hillmurray line, takes a shot, and a blocker pad save by Erickson. He knocked it over the glass and out of play. 4:44 left in the opening period. And again, the first of two here at the Champions Cup this weekend. Hillmurray gets Hermantown tomorrow. And Eden Prairie will take on Benilde. It's a matinee tomorrow. It's afternoon games to start us off. So planning on watching, and we hope you are. If you tune in the evening, you'll miss all the fun. Here's Eric Choi to center. And Eden Prairie plays it over the line. It's broken up there, and Hensler plays it back to center ice looking for Ben Miller. Now Hensler again drops it back in the zone, and the Pioneers will work it up. Here's Begley. Now to the far side, and over the line they come and dump it on into the zone. Showalter will set it up there. As he falls, comes to the near side. And after it there for the Pioneers, Brendan Bonnen, but he can't control it. Fronek plays it ahead. And now Andy Earl to center. He had it knocked away. And it's Seidel playing it into the zone. He heads for the bench as Hill Murray gets it changed. 4 minutes to go in the period. And here's Earl flipping it on in from center ice. And it goes back behind the net where Gruba controls. Sidesteps the forechecker, goes back behind the goal, and now tries the right side. One-touch pass, and the Pioneers will break through center ice. Over the line they come. It's played on into the zone by Hurley. Going after it there is Daler. Played around to the left side, and the Pioneers can't hold the zone as Luloff headmans, and the puck comes to center ice. Carr off the wall to center. Played ahead by Senden deep into the zone, and it's going to go over the glass and out of play. So we'll get a face-off now with 3:26 left. And the shot's 9-4 for Eden Prairie. Looking just fine, thank you very much. Despite having lost so much the graduation of what a great team they had last season, but a bunch of new players all trying to make their name here. Carr rink wides from the face-off, and the Pioneers shoot it in. Gruba on a pad save by Showalter. Big rebound to the near boards, and here's a drive and a glove catch by Showalter as Carr stepped into one from the left point. And a face-off coming with 3:18 left in the first period. Sam Showalter, senior. Isaiah Paulnuck is the other goaltender dressed tonight for Eden Prairie, a sophomore. And from the draw, Andor tries to play it out, can't. Here's a drop pass and a shot by Gruba and a save made by Showalter. Saw it all the way into his glove, and we get a face-off in the Eden Prairie end. 3:08 left in the first period of play. I mentioned Feinberg, the leading returning scorer for Eden Prairie with 11 points. Luloff has 10. He's second. Clean face-off win for the Pioneers, and Carr, his shot is deflected out of play. Now a face-off to the left of Sam Showalter. And we got Eden Prairie with a late changes as their right, the home team for this game. Now played behind the net, and it's controlled there by Caring along the near wall. And a steal. Madigan tried to come in front and stayed with it. Finally, he did lose the puck out to center ice, and Gruba will play it back in. Madigan tags up, and Hill Murray clears the zone. Under 3 minutes to go in the first now. And up the wall, it's controlled by Feinberg. One-touch pass to center ice. Johnson cuts towards the slot, feeds the left. Here's a drive, and that goes wide from Luloff. And the Carum comes all the way back in the Eden Prairie zone, where it's controlled by Choi. Now they work it out to center. Luloff, one-touch pass, and here's Johnson over the line. He slides it across, and Feinberg couldn't control it. Now rebounds to Choi. Over to the left point, a weak pass, and now the Pioneers will try to send Madigan free down the right wing, but that was broken up. And Dobchuk across to Choi. His rink-wide pass is deflected and runs towards the blue line and is played back out. Pioneers will slam it back in with men offside. Now it comes to the near side, and a hit thrown there by Ben Miller, trying to dig it out with 2 minutes left in the period. Miller looked for the point, and that was dropped. And here's Stansberry playing it into the Hill Murray zone. And now playing around behind the net by Erickson. It's controlled there by Hensler. And he dropped his stick, picks it back up. Now Pioneers will try again. A pass to the left side. And out to center they come. And it's Seidel. And he is ridden out along the boards as Bonnen tries to come in to help. Now a rink-wide pass off the wall is controlled by Daler for Eden Prairie. And Schultz plays it into the Pioneer end. 90 seconds to go in the first period. A drop pass is picked off by Johnson, and he takes a shot, and Erickson has to bail out his defenseman there. A blind drop pass in the defensive zone, wound up right on the stick of Tyler Johnson, and Eden Prairie's co-captain put it right on goal. 1:27 left in the opening period. And from the draw, Gruba plays it for Begley behind the net, near side Senden. And now to the left corner, Begley goes back for it. And he banks it off the wall. And Daler trying to hold at the right point. Now it comes free down low, and it's picked up finally by Senden with 1:10 to go. He relays it ahead, and Hill Murray can't catch the outlet pass. It had a 2-on-1, and it's played back into the Pioneers zone. Erickson sweeps it around towards the far side. Eden Prairie will get there first, and now Andor knocked in against the boards. Last minute of play in the period. Now here's Schultz along the left wall for Eden Prairie. Playing it down, and then losing it. And Hill Murray will pick it up and play out to center ice. And a shot ahead from their own side of center ice. It's going to be an icing call, and Kaufman just he lost track of where he was on the ice there as he started his rush and then iced the puck. We'll get a face-off to the right of Nick Erickson with 44 seconds to go in the first period here from the St. Louis Park Rec Center. What a beautiful facility this is. Puck down. Shot. Ooh, whistled just wide of the goal by Choi. And now in the circle with 38 seconds to go in the period. Loose in the circle. Now played beside the net and steered behind by Hensler. He's taken it against the boards. Now Madigan trying to tip it out and can't. Played down by Johnson. And Eden Prairie will try to cycle out of the corner. Centering pass. Erickson took that in the mask. And now it comes over to the far side. It's controlled by Feinberg along the boards with 20 seconds to go. And Eden Prairie all over him right now. Here's a shot. And that goes wide. And Feinberg coming close again. Now here's a chance from the right point, and Vornwald's shot is saved off to the corner boards with 10 seconds to play, and with 8.1 seconds to go, it goes out of play, and we'll get a face-off to the right of the Hill Murray goal. Eden Prairie has played a solid first period as so many new faces. And we'll get a draw out of the right of Erickson. 6 seconds to go in the period, and now Andor plays it, and it comes out to center. And Caring has it, and that's the end of the first period, and a good one for Eden Prairie as they lead Hill Murray 1-0 and outshot them 13-6 in the first period. Townsend, the only goal for Eden Prairie, the sophomore forward, at 10 minutes with an assist to Ryan Andor. So Eden Prairie off to a good start here, leading at 1-0 and outshooting Hill Murray by 11-6. We'll take a break, and we will come back with our second period after Flood. Champions Cup 2021 presented by the Tradition Companies here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Latza Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Latza Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time. Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Mozza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Mozza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time. Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Mozza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Mozza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time. Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
We're back in St. Louis Park at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Period number 2 getting ready to get underway. Jeff Pappas with you with the call tonight. Champions Cup 2021. And I have some special stats for you because they have a full SID set up here at Benilde St. Margaret's. They have some extra stats for you in the first period, including face-off stats. 25 draws in the first period. Hill Murray winning 16 of them. Hurley the best at 6-1. Dylan Godbout 6-6. Brendan Bonnen 4-2. For Eden Prairie, their best man off the mark is Teddy Townsend, who's even in 8 faceoffs. Tyler Johnson is 3-3 on the night. Shots on goal in the first period. 13-6 for Eden Prairie. Teams change ends and attack toward their benches. And we get ready to go here for period number 2. Eden Prairie on top, 1-0. And it's controlled by Gruba from the face-off for Hill Murray. He plays to the left. Shot in rink wide into the Eden Prairie zone as Showalter lets it go to the left of his goal. Now a centering pass in front and flying through there. Unable to make a good connection was Godbout. Now Gruba from the wing boards. It's off the back of the net and out of the near side, and Caring has it, and he plays it to center, down to the glove by Gruba, and he plays it right back in. Long carom is going to be picked up there by Bonnen, who ducks away from contact there, comes to the near side, picked up by Luloff, and then he lost it to Gruba, and then picks it off, and it's a 3-on-1. Over the line, a drop pass, and the lone defender, Axel Begley, made the play, and now he sends his man away. And a chance, and fanning on the shot there was Jack Senden. Boy, it's opening up nicely here in the second period. The long change maybe having something to do with that as the puck comes out to center ice and played into the Pioneers zone. Hensler back. Now to the right side, Senden will bring it over the Eden Prairie line. First minute gone here in the period. He centers, and it goes off the back of the net and wide behind the goal. Feinberg on the wall. Can't play it out, and now the Eagles will play to center ice. It's 1-against-1. Over the line, waiting is Townsend. He centers it, and then stepping up is Hensler to pick off the pass, and he feeds Senden on the left, and he has stood up there in front of the Hill Murray bench as he plays it in deep. Dobchuk back for it for the Eagles, comes to the near boards, and Schultz is taken in against the wall, and now a heavy hit thrown against Townsend there, and it's played right back into the Eden Prairie zone. Choi, rink wides to the near side. Dobchuk feeds it ahead, and here come the Pioneers. Check that. Here come the Eagles to center. Townsend over the line, and a hip check there from Hensler knocks him in against the boards. Carr behind the net feeds the far side, and it's picked up by Hurley for Hill Murray, and here he comes. Hill Murray now is ridden off the play there. Schultz, and loose in the center circle, and controlled. Played over the line by Townsend, and going in deep now Tony Schultz as Eden Prairie is finishing a change. Hill Murray will get possession of the puck and bank it off the wall. Held in by Tate Block, who takes the shot, goes off the defense, comes to the near side, and Andor goes behind the goal. Now he's got it again. Andor, who assisted on the only goal of this game, it goes behind the net, and Hensler takes him in against the boards. Eden Prairie keeps possession, though, and a shot from the right point by Daler floats around behind the net. Centering pass hits the back of the goal. Here's block on the near wall. Now it runs to the slot, and it's controlled by Samper for Hill Murray. He has to circle back. And now a long pass is going to get between the point men and come all the way down the ice directly on goal. So no icing there. And now played back behind the net, controlled by Daler. And Eden Prairie will work it up the wall. Gruba plays it right back in. And now Godbout racing off the bench, gets there first and tried to center it. And Stansberry is there for Eden Prairie. Behind the net, Stansberry coming around the near side. Now he draws a crowd and plays it out to center. Gruba swats at it, and it goes rink wide. Bonin can't control. Begley for the Pioneers back in his zone. Begley, long pass to the left, one touch, and here comes Bonin over the line. Leaves a drop pass. Godbout back beside the net, and a chance there, and a good stop by Showalter. Better stuff from Hill Murray here in the second period so far. It's fed over to the far side. It's controlled by Stansberry. Can't get it out. Here's a shot, and a save made by Showalter on Brendan Bonin. Now in the near corner, Eden Prairie tries to dig it out. Here's Gruba at the right point, and he feeds it down behind the net. Gets past Godbout. We get a whistle, and we're going to get a face-off outside as the net came off, and they rule Godbout trying to ring the net, knock the net off. So the face-off comes outside. 13:24 to go in the second period. Eden Prairie on top 1-0 in the first game of the Champions Cup, which has a unique format. You ask, why is it called the Champions Cup when it's not a tournament? Well, it kind of is, and there's junior varsity games going on as well, and they score it like the Ryder Cup, which means Eden Prairie won a point for winning the first period, 1-0, and if you split a period, then you each get half a point. And over the line comes Eden Prairie, and this is Luloff getting it around on the far side for Feinberg beside the net, and a hit thrown there by Whistler in the corner. And now Eden Prairie will evacuate the zone as Whistler plays it ahead. And here's Marcus Kaufman over the line. Can't find the handle, plays it to the right of the goal. And now it's swatted out to center ice, and the Eagles will pick it up. Feinberg over the line, and now he lets Townsend come through. A drop pass and a shot goes wide of the net as Luloff stepped right into one. Back behind the goal. Hill Murray gets control. 12.5 to go in the period. It's flipped to center ice. Loose in the circle. And now played back in. It's a 2-on-0 break. Townsend feeds it across, and Erickson makes a fine stop on Feinberg as Hill Murray gave up a two-man breakaway there, and Eden Prairie unable to score. Played behind the Eden Prairie, the Hill Murray goal, Dobchuk. Now played down, and Andor tries to center it. That's picked up along the wall by Seidel and played out to center. Now Hill Murray dodging a bullet there. 11:50 to go. And Gruba goes behind the goal for Whistler. Feed up the far side, and now they can't get out. Eden Prairie holds it in, and a shot goes wide of Erickson's goal to the far side. Out to center it comes, and Seidel tries to play it. Now here's Hurley carrying on. Leaves a drop pass, a shot, and a save made as Miller took a slap shot from about 35 feet, and Showalter made that stop. Now played back into the Pioneers zone, and behind the goal, here's Carr. Draws a crowd and plays it out to center ice. Pioneers turn at center ice, and it's Godbout, and he is being held off there by Stansberry, so he one-hands it into the zone. Picked up now by Carr. At center ice, takes a shot wide of Stansberry's goal to the near side, and now played ahead by Schultz and out to center, and all the way down the ice. That'll be an icing call against Eden Prairie. 11:04 to go in the second. Shots now 14-9 favoring Eden Prairie. And Hill Murray look like they've found their feet a little bit more here in the second period. Face-off coming up to the left. Oh, Sam Showalter. Vornwald behind the goal, controls and feeds to the far side, tipped ahead by Feinberg, and all the way back. Going back for it is Hensler in the left corner, and he has to fight off the forechecker. And some nice work by Johnson there. Puck comes to the near side. Now Madigan goes around behind the net for Begley. Tries the right, bouncing it off the wall, trying to find Madigan and led him a little too far. Icing is the call. And we'll go back for a face-off in the Hill Murray zone. A lot of good, really good games early in the schedule this year. It's been kind of a feast for people that have been wanting to get back out to the rinks. Now Bonin is going to be tossed out of the draw. Godbout will come in. Play to the left side, and it's Begley in the left corner, losing possession. Luloff for Eden Prairie goes back behind the net, but Hensler is there, and he plays it back. Begley, Godbout, rink wide pass, and that's deflected before it can get to Madigan, and played back into the Pioneer zone. Begley in the right corner, and he is taken in against the boards there. It's picked up, and a shot from in tight by Feinberg goes over the top. Pioneers back, Madigan at center will play it in. And then he heads for the bench as they get a change. Now rink wide pass to center, played down with the glove by Schultz. He's over the line and stood up there by Carr, who takes him wide. Follow-up shot right on from Feinberg, and we get a face-off in the Hill Murray zone with 9:59 to go in period number 2. Don't forget, coming up on the Youth Hockey Hub at the end of December, the holiday tournament, the Hockey for Life event coming up at Dakota Arena. That is a tremendous tournament. There are some excellent teams coming into play in that, and they're going to go at it for 3 days, and we're going to have all kinds of fun with it here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Now played into the near corner. Connor Crowley for the Eagles is shoved off the puck, played ahead now and out to center, as Kaufman is in a race for it there, but the Pioneers lose out at the left point. Now cleared ahead by Townsend, and over the line he comes. Townsend tries to cut to the slot. Puck's bouncing, and it comes to the near wall, and Kaufman, he sends sending away down the left. Drop pass to Gruba in the circle. He tried to throw it across again, and we're going to get a penalty coming on Eden Prairie for interference, as Ingebrigtsen was bowled over in front of the net. It'll put Hill Murray on the power play. Puck played over to the left side now, and Hurley is taken in against the boards, lost the puck. Now it's touched by the Eagles, and we're going to get the penalty called here. It comes at 7 minutes and 57 seconds. Interference is the call. And heading to the penalty box for the Eagles is Connor Crowley. Face off to the right of the goal. Hill Murray scored a power play goal against Benilde. 1 for 3 in the power play. Godbout centers it, comes loose, and they score! It's Ingebrigtsen. That didn't take long. 10 seconds on the power play, and Brady Ingebrigtsen scores his first goal of the season for Hill Murray, and we're even at 1. Power play goal for Ingebrigtsen. And Hill Murray doesn't waste any time. Back to blank paper here, 1-1. We'll get the announcement of the goal. We're back at it here at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Play is in the Pioneers zone now. Behind the net, Axel Begley. Now we'll get the goal. It's Madigan and Godbout getting assists on the first goal of the season for Ingebrigtsen in the second period. And that has us tied at 1. Got a face-off coming up here. Going to go back in the Eden Prairie zone to the left. And Ingebrigtsen, who scored the goal, is now out there for the draw. And against Johnson, comes to the near boards. And Parker Schultz has taken a penalty as well. Now here's a shot deflected, and a follow-up goes behind the net. And Schultz goes to the penalty box for Eden Prairie. Here's a shot up the slot, picked up there and backhanded ahead but not out. The Pioneers hold the zone. It comes in low, and a centering pass comes right through the crease. Godbout comes to the near boards, and then he falls. Here's Gruba at the right point. Another penalty coming on the Eagles as they're going to go 2-man up. The Pioneers will, I think. We have a tripping penalty called, and they are going to go 2 men short. Johnson going for Eden Prairie for a trip. And it comes at 9:14. And now Eden Prairie in some penalty trouble here. Face off to the left, and it's a 5-on-3 Hill Murray advantage for 1:18. Now play behind the net, and it's controlled by Madigan. Drops to the left point. Begley closing. Begley, Madigan, Gruba high in the slot. He fanned on it. Puck comes to the near side, and the Pioneers control. Godbout in the circle, closes, shoots, right on. Rebound, they score! Ingebretson, his second power play goal of the period, and Hill Murray leads for the first time 2-1 on the rebound of the shot by Godbout. That's going to end one penalty. It's going to end the penalty on Schultz. So Hill Murray will remain on the power play. They're 2 for 2 so far. 9:33 the time of this one. And the Pioneers have their first lead. Now play in the Hill Murray zone, and the Pioneers will bring to center, still in a power play for 1.5 minutes. We'll get the announcement of the goal here. Gruba also getting an assist as Eden Prairie comes in, and here's a shot. We have another penalty coming. This one will go on the Pioneers, and that will even things up. A cross check is indicated. And Hill Murray will now play a man short after the expiration of the penalty on Johnson. Heading to the box is Marcus Kaufman. And the time of the penalty is 9:58, so a spate of penalties here in the second period. Eden Prairie will go to the man advantage in 1:16 for less than a minute. The puck comes out to center. In the meantime, we're 4 aside. And now played back to the Eden Prairie line, and it's controlled there by Ryan Caring. He is then introduced to the Hill Murray bench. Now played off to the far wall, and Hill Murray trying to keep some forecheck pressure on here, but now the Pioneers give up the puck, and Eden Prairie breaks down the far side. And here's Vornwald. He goes deep, now drops it off the wall to Townsend at the right point, cuts towards the slot, goes down, and now here's a breakaway for Hill Murray. And Brendan Bonin, he drops it back. Senden closes. And actually, it was such a slow developing play. It looked like Bonin had a way through that defense, and it looked like he was skating in cement skates. Puck comes over the line, and Eden Prairie picks it up. Going in deep, Townsend is forced back by Begley. Now a centering pass. They close in. Erickson comes out to challenge and makes the save on Ryan Caring, and we'll get a face-off now as pleasantries exchange to the left of the goal with 6:03 to go in the second period. 18 seconds remaining in the Eden Prairie penalty on Johnson, and then it'll be a power play for 43 seconds after that. And we'll get a draw to the right of Nick Erickson, who came out. It's the confidence that it takes to come out and challenge like that. And he gave Caring nothing to shoot at. And we got a face-off coming. Puck is down, and Caring has it on the half wall. Takes a shot. It's deflected down and wide from Luloff. And a tip set up in front. 10 seconds remaining in 4-on-4. The puck comes out to center. Luloff has it for Eden Prairie. Steps around a man and comes in over the line as Eden Prairie goes to the power play for the second time in the game. Then a puck in the far corner of the Pioneers zone. Players from both teams in. And now it's dropped out. And here's Townsend feeding it over to the left point. Caring takes a shot. That's knocked down in front of the net by Gruba. And now the Pioneers try to clear but can't. Here's Townsend again, leaving it. Caring over to the far wall, and Eden Prairie works it around. Townsend, now his pass to the boards was deflected out of play by Godbout, and we'll get a face-off. 19 seconds left in Eden Prairie's power play. Their second of the game. Hill Murray leading at 2-1 on a pair of power play goals for Brady Ingebretson. Face off to the left of the goal, and it goes to the corner. Carr plays it, and Townsend along the wall. Carrying. Townsend, top of the circle, fires, and he's over the top. And again, a crazy hop off the boards, and it comes down low. Here's Feinberg as the penalty on Hill Murray comes to an end, and now it's loose in front. Now picked up and played all the way down the ice, and Hill Murray will not be charged with icing as the puck skittered past the defense on the way, and now coming in is Miller. He centers it. Ingebretson closing in, swings around, wrap around, and a save made. Oh, and a centering pass by Hurley. This fails to connect. Hill Murray, oh, and there's a big hit thrown in against the corner boards there, and Kaufman. Now, here comes Luloff over the line. He takes a shot, and that goes behind the net. Hill Murray pursuing Carr, feeding it ahead, and it gets past the defenseman Wyatt Smith. And comes all the way back into the Eden Prairie zone. 4:23 to go in the second period. And now puck comes out to center. And Hurley, who took a really stiff shot in against the boards. Now Hurley in the circle, tried to center. And it runs up the slot. Begley fires. It's deflected and goes wide of the near side. Into the corner there. And now we get a hit thrown at the right point as Hensler tries to hold it in. Now we get a whistle, and the puck is brought in offside. And a face-off with 4:03 to go in the second period. Both teams trading big hits here. They're letting them play. And a face-off coming outside the blue line. Comes down and is controlled and played into the Eden Prairie zone. Back behind the net, Daler. And he has trouble there. It runs back behind, and Tate Block will control. Comes up the near side looking for Schultz, and out to center it comes. Begley spins, and first time over to the far wall looking there for Daler. And now he kicks it ahead, but there's two green shirts in the way, and they play it right back into the Eden Prairie zone. 3.5 to go in the second period. Now up the near wall it comes, and here's Schultz. Oh, a huge hit thrown in open ice by Ingebretson, who's got 2 goals, and now the puck loose to the left of the goal. We get a whistle. And we have a player down, and that's not surprising. Ingebretson came in with just a crunching hit. And I can't see who the player is because he's right along the boards. And I don't know who was knocked down, but I do know that everybody in a white shirt got the number of that truck as Brady Ingebretson just threw a tremendous shoulder check. And they're asking for the trainer now. And heading out now. Eden Prairie's coaching, and it's Smith. It's Wyatt Smith down, and he gets back up. A word for the officials as Smith heads back to the bench under his own power. And we're going to get a face-off here. Our referees, by the way, Tony Lancet and Mark Engstrom. Cole Hansen is on the lines tonight, and we're going to get a face-off to the left of the Eden Prairie goal with 3:25 to go. Penalty box is empty now. And from the draw, Eden Prairie carries it to center ice. Schultz playing it in. He catches up to the puck. Sharp angle shot, and Erickson hugging the post makes the save. And we'll get a face-off in the Hill Murray end with 3:17 left. 5-on-4 goal for Ingebretson at 11:07, and then again at 11:33, and it is a 2-1 lead for Hill Murray. Now Now played to the left side, and the Pioneers will break to center, trying to find Bonin. That's deflected. And carrying on there is Ben Carr, playing it into the zone. Now Carr again, a neutral ice, stands up. Godbout along the wall in front of the Pioneers bench. And it's played into the neutral ice area. Madigan over for it, and now Bonin picks it up, and here he comes. He's going to be forced wide. Bonin goes to the board, spins trying to get away from Vornwald, and still in possession. Now feeds it down low. Godbout trying to work out of the corner and can't. Now played to the left point and played with a glove by Carr, and now Eden Prairie comes out. Here's Luloff over the line. He leaves a drop pass, one touch. Here's Caring closing in, goes beside the net, centering pass, point blank stop on Feinberg by Erickson. And Nick Erickson just looks so solid. Puck comes off to the left boards, and it's Carr. Pass to center, and Gruba has it there. Plays it, and it's going to run into the zone. Hurley can't catch it. Now Luloff at center for Eden Prairie, plays to the right, and they come in 2-on-1. Feinberg looking to center it, and the lone defender gets back to drop it. Now out to center it comes, and here is Hill Murray back. Sampair over the line, lost possession, and then it's played back into the Hill Murray zone. The changes are chaotic here as Hurley gets back to play defense there. Now Townsend coming in, lost possession, and now to the near wall. The Pioneers get control with under 2 minutes to go. Gruba plays it ahead, and over the line comes Miller. Tries to feed to the left for Sampair, and he's going to go in against the boards with Daler, and the Eagles come out with a puck. Played ahead by Schultz to center ice, and now Hensler slows it up against the boards, but carrying on block, feeds it ahead, and now Andor will play it into the Hill Murray zone. Into the right corner, Begley controls there with 90 seconds to go in the period. Begley driven in against the boards by Schultz. Puck to the right edge, and now it's played over the glass. Look out, and it goes into the crowd just below us here. And a stoppage at a minute 21 to play in period number 2. Shots are 18-13 for Eden Prairie, but the score is 2-1 Pioneers. I was mentioning the way they were going to score this tournament to award the Champions Cup. And basically, as I mentioned, it's like the Ryder Cup, and it goes for the JV as well. So the junior varsities of these schools have half the input into who wins this event and who gets the cup. And oh, there's a big hit thrown from behind by Wyatt Smith on Jack Senden. And you could understand it as he got laid out by Engebretson. And now Eden Prairie's going to touch the puck, and the elbowing penalty be called. He came in, I could understand being a little frustrated there, but Smith is going to take a penalty for Eden Prairie. And the time of the penalty is 16 minutes, 7 seconds. Power play number 4 for Hill Murray. They're 2 for 3 so far. They got 52 seconds to make something happen here, otherwise it would carry over into the third, and Engebretson, who has both the goals, is out. Playing around behind the goal from the faceoff, held in by Begley at the left point. Rink wide pass, Godbout high in the slot. Gruba one time, and it goes wide. Backhanded shot by Godbout as he was falling, and a save made there by Showalter. And we'll get a faceoff in the Eden Prairie zone. 41 seconds remaining in the period. And a better period from about every perspective, from Hill Murray's point of view anyway. Chipped in a couple of power play goals, and from the draw, Gruba at the right point, feeds the circle. Godbout peels off, drops it to Gruba. Over to the far side, Begley. Now played down. Engebretson back. Begley fires, block, knocked the stick out of the defender's hand, comes in front, and Godbout could not find a centering pass. It came all the way through, and now it's going to come out to center ice. Gruba. Now it's played back to the Hill Murray line, and Begley with 10 seconds to go in the period. Over the line, Begley will peel off. He takes a hit from Luloff, feeds the wall, and that going to take a shot there by Godbout right at the buzzer, or right just before it, I should say. 0.6 of a second left. And a face-off coming in the Eden Prairie zone to the left. And Engebretson tries to shoot from the face-off, and it doesn't get through, and that's the end of the second period. And our score after 2 is Hill Murray 2 and Eden Prairie 1. We will flood the ice. And the shots on goal in that period, Eden Prairie had 7. Two-period total of 18. Hill Murray had 8. Two-period total of 14. 2 in the books here, and it is 2-1 Hill Murray. Take a break. You're enjoying the 2021 Champions Cup here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time. Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Mozza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Mozza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time. Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Mozza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Mozza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time. Brew Pub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brew Pub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Back in St. Louis Park as we get ready for the third period. It's 2-1 Hill Murray. Jeff Pappas with you with a call tonight of this game and the next one, which is Hermantown taking on Benilde St. Margaret's, the home team, and it should be a real good one here. Face-offs after 2, 27-19 now for Hill Murray. Dylan Godbout 9-7. The most wins. Their best percentage guy has been Hurley, 7-3. Teddy Townsend 7-6. Wyatt Smith 4-2 for Eden Prairie. Hill Murray, 4 power play opportunities so far, 4 shots, 2 goals, and 229 on the power play. And Eden Prairie with 2 power plays, 2 shots, and 244 on the power play. And Hill Murray, of course, has only slightly more time because their power play has been lethal. They have scored very quickly. They scored 10 seconds into their first power play and then a minute 1 into a 5-on-3. Both goals from Engebretson at 8:07 and 9:33, his first and second of the season. Shots in the period favored Hill Murray 8-7 for the game. It's 18-14 for Eden Prairie as we get ready for the start of period number 3. Shot summary in the game. Eden Prairie has 35 attempts, 6 blocked, 11 off target, 18 on goal, and 1 goal. Hill Murray 27 attempts, 6 blocked, 15 on target, and 2 goals scored as we get ready for the third. Godbout will face off against Tyler Johnson as we get ready to go. Third period underway, and Begley controls for Hill Murray. Now to the left, Godbout at the red line will rink wide one into the Eden Prairie zone to the far side, and Caring plays it to the point but not out. Gruba holds it in, and now taken behind the net by Vornwald. He can't get out. We get a whistle, and behind the play, we have a penalty. And it is going to put Eden Prairie on the power play as Leo Gruba goes to the penalty box for Hill Murray. It's straight rough. And the time of the penalty, 17 seconds of the third period. And it's power play number 3 for Eden Prairie. Face off to the left of Erickson. Begley controls from the face-off. Now to Godbout for Hill Murray, and he rink wides one to center ice, and the 4 green-clad Pioneers play it into the zone. Godbout in the corner throws a bump there against Eric Choi. Now following in is Andor, and he comes out the far side. Going to be in the circle. They work out in front, and a shot and a save made. Good effort there by Hensler. Now in the slot, a shot is fired over the top of the goal. And Madigan just missed there. Now the puck comes onto the Eden Prairie goaltender, and we got a face-off as Showalter holds on, and that's a promising start anyway. You know, I take that back. I apologize profusely. It is not a power play. It is 4-on-4, and I do apologize for that. That's a basic mistake, and we're going to get a face-off now to the right of the Eden Prairie goal. The penalty on Gruba there will be a power play for Eden Prairie. They're not on one now. And now it's played back to the left of the goal, cleared to the far wall, and now controlled by Hill Murray. Begley at the left point. Madigan shoots, missed the net. Long carom picked up by Caring. Now fed up the near side. Eden Prairie to center. Townsend, and now it's a power play for Eden Prairie. And they bring the puck in, and we're going to get an offside whistled right away. So that is the power play now for Eden Prairie. I called it too early, so I do beg your pardon for that. And the face-off coming outside the Hill Murray blue line. Johnson will draw against Bonin, who wins the draw and pulls it back into his zone. Begley clears. Comes all the way back. Luloff back for it, taken in by Ingebretson to the end boards. And now Eden Prairie with 50 seconds of power play remaining. Plays to the near side, and Feinberg. His pass is blocked by Bonin, who starts back. Bonin leaves a drop pass, Ingebretson, and he just plays it back out to center to Begley, who will back into his zone and then flip it all the way down the ice. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Eden Prairie 0 for 2 with the man advantage so far, and they have 26 seconds left on this shortened power play, and here they come to center. And it's carrying over the line. He spins there, trying to get around Carr, takes him wide. Now Townsend at the right point, feeds it over to the left. Luloff into the slot, one-touch pass, Caring. Now to Townsend on the near side. Back to Caring, high in the slot, shoots, missed the net. Comes around off the end wall. 4 seconds in the power play, and Townsend has it run off his stick, and they have to clear the zone. Hill Murray is back at full strength with 14:40 to go, holding a 2-1 lead. Tyler Johnson loses out at the blue line. Begley plays it ahead. Engebretson sidesteps a hit and gains control of neutral ice, but then lost it right away. And over the line, Townsend had it run off his stick. And they go to the corner. Carr, he's trying to keep Townsend off the puck. Engebretson in to help him. Now the Eagles come out. A centering pass comes through to the far side, and Kaufman after it for Hill Murray. Clears to the line, held in there by Stansberry. Now played down deep, and a centering pass. A chance, and a great stop by Erickson on Trent Stansberry. My goodness. Now played behind the goal, and Erickson has been as advertised as the puck is shot down the ice. It's icing on the Pioneers with 13:59 to go, and boy, that was good, solid stand-up save there by Erickson. We're going to get a face-off now in the Hill Murray zone to the right of Nick Erickson. 18 saves on 19 shots. Puck comes to the line. Daler shoots. Blocker pad save. Erickson off the wall. Picked up there by Block and fed down behind the net where Hill Murray gets possession. Here's Begley. Now for Engebretson. And out to center they come. Hurley over the line. Ridden out by Daler, but the puck comes in front. A backhanded shot and a save made by the goaltender Showalter. Now we get pushes and shoves and all kinds of fun stuff here in front of the Eden Prairie goal. And the referee says cool it, and amazingly they do. We got a face-off coming up in the Eden Prairie zone. 13:34 left. Pioneers looking for their first win of the season. Eden Prairie playing its first game of the season after going 21-1-2 on the way to the AA title last year. Now out to center they come. And here is Teddy Townsend over the line, getting lots of ice time. The sophomore has the goal for Eden Prairie. He lays it in behind the Hill Murray goal. Played over for Begley, and again, Eden Prairie playing a Hill Murray team that's skating a short bench, and now a steal. And over the line, Miller fires, and he missed the net. Comes to the near side, up the boards, and Andor, it's past him. Begley backhands it down, and going back deep for it there is Sawyer Seidel, and then he is run in against the boards and knocked down. Begley holds it in, feeds it over to the right. Gruba tried to shoot it through, and it's picked up by the Eagles, and here they come to center. Over the line they come. It's Townsend trying to cut for the net, and it's knocked off his stick. Begley feeds the far corner, and now Gruba throws a hit there. Puck out to the high slot. Townsend holds it in, and now plays it behind the goal, and Begley controls for the Pioneers. Begley, and it's tipped ahead by Seidel. It's going to come back deep into the Eden Prairie zone. No icing, and it's Dobchuk behind the goal, leaving it there for Choi, and it's played ahead to center ice, and here come the Eagles. Luloff over the line, and he plays it around. It rings the boards to the near side, and it's going to be picked up there at center ice by Madigan, and he had it go too far for him, and now the Eagles break in on the left. Luloff spun around by Gruba, leaves a drop pass for Johnson, drop to the left point, a shot by Dobchuk and a glove catch by Erickson. We'll get a face-off in the Hail Mary zone with 12:04 to play. Good back and forth sequence there for these teams. The last two Class AA state champions going head-to-head. Here is a shot and a toe save by Erickson on Caring. Now out to center. Here come the Pioneers over the line. And Bonin takes a shot. Save made by Showalter, and the puck comes out. Here come the Eagles. Feinberg feeds it ahead. And now a drop pass. Rising shot by Johnson. Goes over the top of the net. Now Madigan plays to the high slot, held in and turned down deep by Johnson. And getting there first will be Hensler for Hill Murray. Now Madigan on the near wall, out to center. Banks it ahead, too far for Godbout. They bring it in, and they're going to be trapped offside, so they have to clear. Now a pass on the left wing is too far for Tyler Johnson, and that's icing on Eden Prairie with 11:21 left. And we'll go back for a face-off. We'll be joined by Will Peterson for the Hermantown game. About time I got some help, right? Face off now to the left of the Eden Prairie goal. And a cross-ice pass and a shot off the crossbar and over the top by Marcus Kaufman. That was a bullseye. And it's one of those things that you probably couldn't do if you tried 100 times to do it again, but there he did. Face-off coming up. Ingebretson on the face-off. He has both Hill Murray goals. 2 power play goals in the second period. It's in skates from the draw, and Marcus Kaufman to the near boards. Now Ingebretson in to help, and he can't get to the puck as Kaufman finally loses possession, and Stansberry plays it to center. Johnson playing it on into the Hill Murray zone. Begley behind the net, leaves it there for Hensler. Then he lost it, comes in front. Johnson trying to free up his stick, and it's cleared by Senden back into the Eden Prairie zone, so they come close there and are not able to get a shot away. Banked off the wall behind the net for Choi. Runs up the boards, and Choi gets there. He feeds center, and Schultz has to turn to get it, and he plays it on in. Eden Prairie will finish a change. Erickson behind the net leaves it for Gruba with 10.5 to go. Eden Prairie losing possession. Hill Murray in the near corner. A long pass to center from Whistler down the wing, and over the line they come. It's Miller trying to go to the boards. He's squeezed out by Dobchuk, but Hill Murray gets the puck in the near corner. And now looking for space, and Hurley centers, and a relay shot off the post. A great chance for Samper, and the post denies him. Hill Murray holds it in. Here's a drive, they score! Leo Gruba, and Eden Prairie at 6s and 7s in their own zone. And Leo Gruba snaps it home to make it 3-1 for Hill Murray. Gruba's second goal. Time of the goal, 6 minutes and 54 seconds. I reckon that'll be unassisted, but we'll see. Leo Gruba saw a lot of ice time last year despite the presence of Joe Palatichuk and Matt Fleischacker for Hill Murray. We'll get the announcement here. I thought that puck had been touched before it got to him, but they gave 2 assists. And it is Whistler and Hurley being given credit. Now loose in front, and a chance. Madigan had a swipe at it, and it winds up along the near boards. Madigan throws a hit. Begley closes in. He shoots. Save made. Rebound chance. And whacking away at it there was Bonin. He goes down in the area behind the net, and Johnson now plays it ahead. Eden Prairie trails by 2 with 9.5 minutes to play, and played into the zone, and a hip check there comes to nothing as Ryan Caring actually came out better despite being the player check. Godbout in the left corner backhands it around behind the net for Carr. And Hill Murray has possession with just over 9 minutes left. Begley long pass to center, and he put it right into the line change. And Luloff, as he was coming off, made no attempt to play the puck, but which is what saved them from a too-many-men penalty. Now it's picked up on the right corner by Whistler, played up the wall, penalty is coming, and Eden Prairie is going to get a power play. Matthew Whistler is going to go as Gruba touches the puck, and we've got a cross-checking penalty coming up. Eden Prairie will get a power play here in the third period. And the time of the penalty is 8 minutes and 18 seconds. And Whistler goes to the box. This is a full power play for Eden Prairie. It's their fourth of the game. 0 for 3 so far. Face off to the right of Erickson, and they get possession. Play to the left boards. Luloff has it. High in the slot, carrying, feeds the near circle. Townsend goes beside the net for Johnson. Back to Townsend in the slot, and it goes off the heel of the stick of Phil Feinberg, and it's shot all the way down the ice. So it starts the power play with an opportunity, but one that doesn't wind up on goal. And now the Eagles leave a drop pass, and here is Feinberg passing to the left. Townsend hits the line, and he comes to the top of the circle, steered by Kerr behind the net. Centering pass, and it's tipped just wide. And it's out of play now. We're going to get a face-off in the Hill Murray zone, but Erickson holding that post until just the last second, and it saved him there as the puck was headed towards his right post, and he had enough of the pad there to make the play. Godbout facing off against Townsend. And now it runs to the near boards. 1:15 of power play, and it's shot rink wide all the way down the ice by the Pioneers. Vornwald behind the goal. Now comes out the near side. Vornwald at center, hits the Hill Murray line. And Kerr takes him to the corner. Townsend in to help out. Now he takes over behind the net, leaves the drop pass for Andor. Now along the wall, Vornwald is pass to the middle is picked off and cleared back into the zone by Godbout. 43 seconds remaining in the power play. Dobchuk behind the goal. 7:21 left in the third. Hill Murray 3, Eden Prairie 1. As it's Stansberry playing it across, and over the line is Tony Schultz. He goes down in the circle, but it comes in front of the net, and a shot deflected down off Gruba. Face-off coming up now to the right of the Hill Murray goal, and it's cleared all the way down the ice. 22 seconds to play in the power play. Back behind the net now. 6:58 left in the third period. Now here is Feinberg playing it over the line, and now it's picked up by Begley in the right circle. Begley behind the net. And it's played back out to center as Hill Murray comes back to full strength. They've killed it off with 6:39 to go, and two Eagles get tied up there at neutral ice. Townsend leaves the drop in his zone for Feinberg. And now Caring controlling. Back over for Feinberg on the left, right into the line change. And loose in the center circle. Pioneers pick it up, and over the line they come. Gruba tried to lay it across. That's picked off, and now Feinberg for Eden Prairie plays it rink wide into the zone. A poke check knocks it away from Luloff to the boards. Choi trying to hold, and it's pushed on out to center ice as we come up on 6 minutes to play. Now control on the left, and here comes Hill Murray over the line. Hurley in the circle shoots, and a save made by Showalter off to the left boards. Picked up by Miller. Played behind the net, and going after it there is Seidel. And now to the near circle, Feinberg, and out to center. Played down with a glove by Ben Carr. Steps around a man, and Carr comes over the line. And then Carr is squeezed in against the boards. Puck comes down off the dasher wall, and now a centering pass is picked off in front by Vornwald. And Eden Prairie comes back with 5.5 minutes to play. Check that, it's 8. Parker Schultz instead of 2, and now it comes at neutral ice, and it's poked ahead. And Seidel will get it in deep and then head for the bench on a change. Short shifts, but again, Hill Murray playing 10 forwards tonight, so that's to be expected. Stansberry over the line, and his shot is deflected. Gruba goes back behind the net, rings the boards to the far side as Kaufman has to hurdle a player trying to reach the puck, and now it's picked up by Gruba and fed but not out. Goes down behind the net, and Parker Schultz in control there. He loses out with 5 minutes to go. Rink wide out to center, and Daler for Eden Prairie. Rink wide pass to the far side, and they're going to fight their way through, and a shot thrown there by Senden against Torrin Dobchuk in against the boards. That shook him up. Now it's loose there in the left corner and controlled by Kaufman. He takes a hit. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play as a backhanded flip. Rink wide comes back into the Eden Prairie zone, and Caring controls there. Throws it ahead for Schultz. Tony Schultz lets his line mate come through. Townsend, a drop pass as they crisscross, picked off. Oh, and a looped pass there, and Andor shoots, and a save made by Erickson, who bailed out his forward there. And Hill Murray likes to try a lot of the reverse stuff, and sometimes it burns him. Now here's a sharp angle shot by Schultz, and that goes wide. Comes to the near side. Townsend had it hop his stick. He comes back to the boards for it. Loose there along the wall. Schultz now, and he is taken in against the boards hard. Puck comes free as Begley hit him. Now behind the net with 4 minutes to go. Here's Vornwald feeding it over to the left side, and a shot right on to Erickson from Caring, and we get a face-off. .355 to go, and we will have an interview with our Tradition Company's player of the game. Is that what I'm hearing here from Mr. Tony Scott? Right after the conclusion of this game. Comes to the near side. Godbout gets blown up along the boards, and the puck comes back into the Eden Prairie zone. Caring at center. Vornwald with 3:45 left plays it into the Eden Prairie zone. We got a whistle behind the play. We have a penalty coming. It's going to go on Hill Murray and Bonin. It is a cross check. 3 power plays in the third period, all for Eden Prairie. And the time of this penalty is 11:47. Power play number 5 for Eden Prairie, and they start by pulling the draw between the point men all the way back into their zone. Now to the near side. Feinberg in control. Leaves it, and they will start up. Here's Townsend over the line. He leaves a drop pass, and it's held in right on the line by Caring. 3:22 to go. Comes to the near circle. Begley lets Townsend get away from him. And now Townsend has to peel back. Drops it to Caring in the high slot. Fires, missed the net. And the rebound to Begley, but he can't get it past Townsend. Here's a shot that goes loose in front as Feinberg had a shot blocked at the defense, and it comes all the way back. With just over 3 minutes to play here in the third period. And controlled by Eden Prairie. They bring it out to center slowly, and Caring over the line. He got a step. Caring closing in. He throws it across, and it was bouncing. It couldn't be handled cleanly by Luloff. Now over to the near side. Feinberg in the circle. Back to Luloff. It's in his skates. Feeds the left, knocked out of the air by Townsend. Tries to come in front. He does. He shoots. And a save made by Erickson. Follow up. And that is blocked by Gruba, and it goes wide. He picks it up and shoots at the length of the ice. Some frantic defending there. As we're down to 45 seconds in the power play and 2:28 to go here in the third period as Hill Murray defends a 3-1 lead. Play to the left, and here comes Schultz over the Hill Murray line. Tony Schultz crashing, and he is stood up and dropped by Begley with a clean shoulder check. Now it's played all the way down the ice, and Showalter will set it up. 27 seconds remaining here in this man advantage as Vormwald starts out from behind the goal, feeds the near side for Andor. And down the near wing, Andor is rubbed out by Godbout against the boards, picked up by Hensler behind the net, and he clears it all the way down the ice. And that should just about do it here. Hill Murray go 4 for 4 on the penalty kill tonight against the defending champs. As Eden Prairie with 5 seconds on the power play has it to Ryan Andor at center. He lost it as he was trying to spin past his teammate. Vornwald picked up by Madigan. He closes in. Madigan shoots, and that's blocked by the defenseman Dobchuk, who hustled back. And now it gets past Hensler and comes all the way back. 90 seconds to play. Cleared around on the left side, and here's Axel Begley at center. Godbout over the line. He's got Bonin breaking, but can't get it to him. Godbout in the near circle. 1:15 left. Still has possession in the high slot. He lays it down for Madigan in the corner. He's taken in against the boards by Johnson. Now Hill Murray looking for control. Bonin feeds it to center point. Gruba high in the slot, and a shot there by Samper is blocked. Last minute of play. Centering pass. Bouncing puck up the slot and out to center. Choi feeds it across, and Dobchuk to center. Picked up there. Feinberg over the line, but it's poked right back out, and it's brought in offside with 44 seconds to play. Hill Murray, look at their next games coming up. Hill Murray is at home against Matamidi on Thursday next week. And Eden Prairie takes its timeout with 44 seconds to go, so it gives us a chance to talk about the schedules here. And then Hill Murray will be on a homestand 4 games in a row. They host Hastings, Wayzata, and St. Thomas Academy. And if you saw the game last year that St. Thomas Academy played against Hill Murray, it was an epic. I had the pleasure of calling that game, and it was something to see. Then the matchup against White Bear Lake, the regular season matchup, is at TCO Sports Garden. And then Hill Murray is in the Tradition Classic on the 28th and 29th. So that's their schedule. Eden Prairie will play Benilde tomorrow, but then they host Blake at Eden Prairie. Saw Blake last night lose to Cretin-Durham Hall. And then Eden Prairie is at Duluth East, at Elk River, and home against Grand Rapids, at Edina, home against Wayzata, at St. Thomas Academy. That is going to be a test for them. St. Thomas, actually that first game is at the Hockey for Life Classic, which we'll have here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Eden Prairie, St. Thomas Academy, Chaska, Totino Grace. Saw Chaska last weekend playing in the opener event. And Chaska took the measure of St. Thomas Academy in the first game and played very well in so doing. It's going to be an interesting winter. Face-off will come outside the blue line with 44 seconds to go. The net is empty as Showalter is pulled with 44 seconds to play, and Eden Prairie needing 2 goals. Vornwald over to the far side, loose to the Hill Murray line, picked up and played past Vornwald, who goes back for it in the Eden Prairie zone. Goes the short way, Feinberg can't get to it, and then it's shot in by Bonin, no icing. Going back for it is carrying with 29 seconds to go. Feeds the near side for Vornwald. And Eden Prairie will start the rush. Long pass to the left. Nice play out of the air, and a drive goes wide by Luloff, and a nice play to tip that one down. And with 17 seconds to go, the Pioneers get control. A pass ahead to Madigan, who has a breakaway on an empty net, and he scores. Madigan makes it 4-1, his first goal of the season with 11 seconds to play, and the Pioneers will get their first win of the year. 16:49 is the time of the goal, and Hill Murray scores 2 goals in the third to add to their 2 goals in the second. They have scored 4 goals on 20 shots. I'll be at the last one without a goaltender. And Begley controls from the face-off with 10 seconds to go over to Gruba, and he flips one ahead. And it's going to go into the Eden Prairie zone, and that is where our game will come to an end. Gruba and Begley giving assists on the last goal, and Hill Murray, despite spotting Eden Prairie the first goal of the game, comes back and wins it by a final score of 4-1. Eden Prairie outshoots Hill Murray by 24-20, and that means for the third period they had 6, and so did Hill Murray. So the shots by period 11, 7, and 6 for Eden Prairie for 24. Hill Murray 6, 8, and 6 for 20. And our Tradition Company's player of the game is Brady Ingebretson, who scored a pair of power play goals. Tony Scott is waiting for him down there, so we'll give you a quick summary of this one before we throw it off to him. Eden Prairie scored first Teddy Townsend, their sophomore. First goal at exactly 10 minutes on a strange hop off the boards. And he scored with an assist from Ryan Andor to make it 1-0, but then Hill Murray took advantage. Eden Prairie got into some penalty trouble in the second period, and Brady Ingebretson scored 2 power play goals, the first at 8:07, and then the second on a 5-on-3 power play at 9:33, and assists going to Godbout on both of those goals. Madigan got an assist on the first, Gruba on the second, and it was 2-1 after 2. In the third period, Leo Gruba at 6:54, taking advantage of some disorganization in the Eden Prairie zone, snapped a shot home, his second goal, and assists going to Whistler and Hurley at 6:54, and then Madigan into the empty net with assists from Gruba and Axel Begley at 16:49. And that's all she wrote. As Hill Murray wins for the first time, Eden Prairie loses in its first game in defense of its state championship. Now, in the center circle, Tony Scott is having a chat with Brady Ingebrigtsen. We hope he will share that chat with us in a matter of moments here as soon as he looks up at us. And now Tony has completed his pleasantries, but it doesn't look like he's ready to go quite yet. So when he's done with that, we'll just wait patiently because Tony's the boss, right? So it looks like we are ready now, and he's got his microphone turned on and everything. So now down to the ice, and Tony Scott.
Well, with Brady Ingebrigtsen post-game, Brady's team, Hill Murray, knocked off Eden Prairie 4-1. Congratulations, Brady, on a big game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Brady, you lost to Benilde on the other night, Thursday night. Walk through that loss and what you guys got prepared for the weekend.
Yeah, we struggled in the D zone against Benilde St. Margaret, so all week we kind of worked on being better in the defensive zone and neutral zone and just becoming a better offensive team, and today it worked out well. We won 4-1 here. It's a good game.
And then through your line, you guys really performed well tonight with Godbout and Madigan. What makes you guys click?
We've known each other ever since we were like maybe 10, and we've just been playing together, so the chemistry is really good between us.
All right, what do you guys got to work on tomorrow to get the W and end up winning the cup?
We're playing a good team, Hermantown here, so we just got to keep playing, keep capitalizing on the power play, and bring our game again.
Anyone you want to say hi to? A special guest? Anyone you want to say hi to from out there?
How's it going, Joey Palatichuk?
We got Brady Ingebrigtsen, player of the game. Congrats tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
Back to you guys up top.
All right, and a shout out to Joe Palatichuk, one of the key members of last season's Hill Murray team, and they're back at it, and they're back on the winning track. They go to 1-1 with a victory here. We're going to step away here. Hermantown and Benilde St. Margaret are on the ice for warm-ups, and that game is scheduled to start at 8 o'clock. Ain't going to happen. So we got 10 minutes of warm-up and another 10 minutes of flood, so I would say come on back about 8:15, and we'll be just about ready to go. Jeff Pappas saying thanks so much. We'll see you in a few minutes for game number 2. This is the Champions Cup 2021 on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.